You are great timing.
I was going for water, and then John asked my hand, and now.
Jill's back. Where's Samantha? Is she okay?
Yeah.
She's great.
She doesn't really come on Sunday much anymore.
Did she?
She doesn't, no, she still works for the fellowship, she just doesn't come to sing. Yeah. Just helping me finish my CDs before we go. Yeah, someday. I told her she could go. I told her she could go to my house. Try to encourage her to do that. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mary.
I feel a little rusty today.
You'll be fine.
We partied so hard on Friday.
Yeah, and there's that. And tired, a little tired, yeah. Welcome everyone that's here, and I see some wonderful smiles. That always makes me feel good right away. So thank you for that, and thank you everyone who's watching online as well. Summer day today, summer. But that feels good. That's good. So, welcome everyone. As I said, I don't see any new faces, so I think we can carry on with our opening song entitled Opening. And it's inside your songbook. Should be the first page inside your songbook. Please stand and sing along with us.
I sing with you. Oh, that's right.
We are opening to
Forgot about this song.
Yeah.
We are opening to power. We are opening to light and love in this holy hour. We are opening to gratitude. We are opening to grace. We are opening to faith and flow in this sacred space. Our open hearts and minds now to this time of truth we bring in fellowship and freedom. In this our opening, in this our opening, this is our opening.
let's begin to relax, take a deep breath, and just bring our full selves into the room, body, mind, and spirit. And I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that as we go within. And let's do our 3 deep fellowship breaths with an audible ah on the out breath. And on that out breath, just release anything, any tension, anything that's hanging around in there that is not serving us. So let's take a deep breath in. Breathe in. One more. Breathe in. And now let's bring our full awareness to the one divine being, the all that is, that moves through us, as us, into this world. We are free of the past and free of the future, trusting fully in this present moment. Knowing our eternal spirit, our inner light grows brighter and stronger and wiser. And from this space within, we show up for ourselves and for each other with loving kindness and compassion. And we affirm together that each moment is a gift, an opportunity to choose and choose again, to choose to release all fear and welcome new beginnings. We remember that each of us has the power to change our story, or any aspect of our story, to one of peace and joy and love. So today, here together, we extend pure light and love to all beings on this planet, and we are filled with gratitude for our time together. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. Now I want to introduce our special music for this afternoon, our wonderful and lovely and talented Linda Abar. Please give her a warm welcome.
Wow, nice stage managing is really interesting. Thank you for being here. This song, I'm sure you've heard it before. It's my main surrender song, and I need to sing it, so I'm going to sing it for you. I stand here right now in the weak winter sun, feel the soft snow under my feet, watch the river flow, cold and daring, unhindered by blocks of my doing. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. I stand here with a busy mind, eyes wide open. I'm giving these thoughts to you to set myself free. I will let you empty me and fill me again. I will let you empty me and fill Inhale and exhale. I stand here with an open mind, arms wide open. I'm giving this life to you to set myself free. I trust you. I trust you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I stand here with a quiet mind, heart wide open. I'm giving these gifts to you to set myself free. I will let you empty me and fill me again. I will let you empty me and fill me. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I stand here with an empty mind, so wide open. I'll receive these gifts from you to set myself free. I trust you. I trust you. I will let you empty me and fill me again. I will let you empty me and fill me. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale.
Thank you, Linda. That is such a beautiful song and just so calming, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you. We're going to sing a fellowship song together now. If you get your songbooks out again and turn to page 32. The name of the song is Love Will Guide Us. So please, I invite you to stand and sing along with us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love
handshake, whatever feels comfortable for you.
All right.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thank you.
Good night.
Nice to see you. Tell Samantha I said
I sure will.
see you again. Richard, how you doing, my brother?
All right. Got this. Boxes are.
Actually our own, right?
Did you finally figure out how to do this? Okay, good.
Yes, always is the case. I'm very happy to introduce our speaker this afternoon. Brett Koon is back here to give us his wisdom, and let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Mary. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Is it Zoom? Or what is it, Facebook? Facebook? Hi. I don't usually say hi, and I thought today I need to remember that. So it's nice to see all of you again. And wow, I feel so grateful just to be a part of this. I could have just kept listening to that song, and it just could have just kept going, and I would have been really fine with that. And Corey, always your music and your heart. Thank you. So my title is Using Blame as a Tool for Awakening. So let me explain that, because I'm not suggesting you go around blaming everybody. But I do want to talk about what blame is. First of all, we'll start with that. We all know that there's someone that we feel has wronged us in some way or has wronged society. There's something that we feel that they are doing wrong, right? That they're doing wrong. So blame is based on a dualistic belief, meaning there's good and there's bad. And it's okay, whatever your feelings are. I'm not a proponent of that, just because for me, as I've kind of went along my path, I have found that those things that I have called bad, like I had cancer and I have AFib now, I'm learning so much from them. I can't call them bad. Everything that's happening in the world, the more I embrace it, I find that how could I possibly call this bad? Because it's exactly what I need to learn. So wherever you're at it's all good. But I would say blame can be such a healthy and helpful tool. And the reason I say that is because if I asked you, are you blaming anyone? Most people are probably going to raise their hand and say, oh yeah, there's plenty, and I still do too. I'm not saying that I don't do that. But there's something that in order for us to say we're blaming someone, there has to be some kind of awareness for us to acknowledge that blame is there, right? We couldn't say that I'm blaming someone without a conscious awareness of that going on. And that's important because I'm not saying you're not going to blame because I haven't learned how to do that. But what I have learned how to do is to say, can I have the courage to accept what is being brought into my life by this person or this experience and embrace it? And that's the key to really, it's the key to peace. I took a couple workshops with Sadhguru. If you know of him, he has literally hundreds of millions of followers, has spoken at the United Nations, is counsel to the Prime Minister of India. He's really made an impact in the world, and not everybody resonates with him, and I'm not trying to sell you on him or not. But I will say when I did the retreat with him, he spent 3 days on just taking 100% responsibility for your life. I did not recognize how necessary that is for a path of peace. It is absolutely, positively necessary. I'm not here to judge anyone for blaming because I would be judging myself first and foremost. But the invitation is to go deeper and to say, can I possibly take this blame? Because let's be clear, when we're blaming someone or something for our problem, we no longer have control or power over it. Just consider that. If we're blaming, making someone or something else a problem, there's no way for us to heal it. We are now a victim waiting for this person or this thing to change. True? So that's important that we recognize that. As long as we're blaming, we're not going to move forward on our path. And what I have found is that if I do blame someone and I railroad them and say, you did this to me and you need to change, and maybe they will change. Maybe they take it to heart and they learn and grow. But I know something else, that if I haven't changed or grown, there's another one of them waiting around the corner for me. Right?
Yep.
It's just how life works. And, God is, of course, I shouldn't say of course. I don't feel like God is picking on any of us. And it sometimes feels like it. It's like, what? Why is this happening? It feels so unfair. I had, I don't think I spoke here since it, but a couple months ago, I was driving down the road and somebody cut in front of me and there was no way for me to stop. And I ended up totaling my car. And I just told my wife the week before, I go, I've never had a car that I like so much. I love this car. Well, yank. But, God, life will strip away those things. Bill and I were talking about this, of how, where things are taken away from us and that we identify with as to what we need or who we are, because we were talking about identifying as speakers. And so, neither one of us were getting any gigs for a while, and like, okay, now who are we without this, So so my car got totaled, and I thought, oh my gosh, this car is so much more valuable than what I'm going to get from it because I have 140,000 miles on it, but the car is in great shape, and it's a hybrid. It got, it's getting like 40 miles to the gallon with it. It's like all these things that were so good with it, and I thought, oh my goodness. I really have to let go of this belief that it's not going to be as good or better. And so I got looking around for a car, and I thought, let me run this through AI. And so AI said, let go of needing a remote start on there. You can always add remote start. Let go of this, let go of that, you know. So I found myself kind of letting go of needing to get the same car that I had, and letting go of, I came across some cars that I thought, well, these didn't used to be any good. And I Googled it and said, well, actually, this car is very good now. They do a really nice job with it. So I'm like, okay. So I kept opening my field wider and wider. And then I come across this Hyundai, which used to be bad back before 97, I understand, according to AI. And I saw it, and it was a hybrid, and it was like $3,000 below market value. I'm like, I got to go check this out. It was a hybrid, and I wanted to do that. And I said, I'll take this car if I don't have to pay anything extra. I want it for $9,800 out the door. And they called me back and they said, we'll do it, you know. So I got this hybrid that has 15,000 miles less on it, and it gets 52 miles to the gallon, and it plus has 30 miles that are electric. I love this car. It's fantastic. And then the other thing, so I was looking for a job because my speaking and teaching were slow, and I'm like, I gotta get a normal job here, you know. And so, in any case, I had applied to a place because my neighbor was manager of an Italian restaurant, and he said, I can get you into catering. You know, you've done catering, I'll get you in. That was last November. It's like, nope, wasn't happening. Then they called me up 2 weeks ago, and they said, hey, you put in your application a long time ago. Are you still interested? I said, sure. I worked 7.5 hours last week because it was like just a couple hours a day is all they need me for deliveries at lunchtime. And I literally got $43 an hour for the job for doing this. You know, it's like, I mean, it's not a lot of money because there's only 7.5 hours. But my hybrid driving, it's like gas is so expensive, and I'm like, oh my God, everything is just flowing, you know. But it flows because we're willing to look at it and say yes to life. Whatever happens, I love what Eckhart Tolle says. He said, you say yes as if you were the one that chose this experience in the first place. And that's really the truth of it. Really, when you get to the point where you can say, yes, I know it looks bad, but I really recognize that there's something good that's going to come from it. And I find that it always does. Wayne Dyer used to say, even if you don't believe things happen for a reason, treat it like it did and learn from it every single time. And I love that. It's really wonderful to just really flow with life and not resist it in any way. And part of that means with the blame part of it. Now, blame itself is really escapism. That's really what it is. And I know I did a talk here recently where we're always either trying to get something to become happy or we're trying to get rid of something. And a lot of us right now are trying to get rid of something, particularly the president, you know, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm not saying whatever side you're on, I have no issues. I'm just saying that has really brought up so much stuff for people. And we're trying to get out of the experience rather than saying, okay, God, I don't know why this is happening. But here's what I've been doing. I've been saying, you know, like with my AFib or things that I'm not liking and I'm recognizing I'm not wanting this experience, I say to God, you bring that experience to me as many times as you need to. I don't want to fight this. And my brother blessed me with helping me with my lesson today as he messaged me, and I am a big climate fan, like trying to heal the climate and things like that. That's my approach. Wherever you're at is all good. But he sends me this thing, and I'm like, that is so not true, you know? And I was so triggered by it. And I normally, if I'm triggered, I'm like, Brett, take a step back, take a breath. You don't need to respond to this. You don't need to engage, which is exactly what he wants me to do, right? So guess what? I engaged. So I went there and I gave him some statistics. I looked it up to make sure it was accurate, and I corrected him, and which I normally don't do. But it really helped me to see how there's still those hooks, those things that still hook us into, like, I need to fix this, I need to change this, or I need to get rid of this experience somehow. And blame is quite often a part of that. Because it means if I'm blaming someone or something else for my problem, it means I don't have to deal with the pain that's behind it. A Course in Miracles says there's only either love or fear. Probably everybody in here has heard that before. There's only either love or fear. And if you don't believe it, take something that you judge or blame or you feel guilty about it, follow it back to its very root. And I guarantee you, you will always find some kind of fear that's there, which is synonymous with our pain. Fear, pain, same thing. And so we blame because we really don't want to experience that pain, that fear that's there. I was watching a video with Ganga Ji, who's a beautiful, beautiful lady. I love how she speaks. But somebody was talking about their self-worth. And she said, who is worthy? Really, who is worthy? And I love that she didn't try to correct it. She didn't try to fluff her up and say, you're worthy, you deserve it. She just took her right into the pain. There's nobody else to blame. There's nothing else to blame. Can you be present? Can you sit with pain? When I was dealing with the overflow of what my brother had shared with me this morning, I could immediately sense my mind, hear my mind saying this and that and proving my point and wanting to be fully right about it. Anybody ever have that experience? They want to be right about it? So I was wanting to fully be right about it, and I then started just being mindful of that. Like, okay, God, just allow those thoughts to come in as many times as they need to come in. I don't want to fight this. I don't want to resist it. Because the fight and the resistance is the blame in some ways, right? It's the very thing we're pushing back against it in some way. But if you can say, however many times you need to bring this to me, I'm not going to fight it. I trust that it's leading me somewhere. Man, I'm telling you, it's powerful. We can lead ourselves back to peace just by stopping the blame game. I'm not saying you stop the mind from blaming, because I guarantee you the mind will blame. It will do that. But when you catch it and you notice that the mind is blaming, then you say, am I willing to take ownership that this is my stuff? And here's the thing about right or wrong. It doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong, because at the core of it, if you're judging somebody else for it, and then there's pain there for you to look at, whether you're right or wrong, if that's the approach you want to look at. Again, there's nothing right or wrong for me, but I don't see it that way. But even if you do see it that way, I'm saying you can look deeper and say, the only reason I have judgment is because there's a fear and there's a pain that I'm carrying. I want to read, this is a beautiful and powerful quote by Eckhart Tolle. The ultimate way to respond to criticism and how to diminish the ego. When someone criticizes you, blames you, or calls you names, instead of immediately retaliating or defending yourself, do nothing. It's like, oh, gosh, really? I don't know if I can do that one. Allow the self-image to remain diminished and become alert to what that feels like deep inside you. Just allow it to be diminished. Don't try to defend it. For a few seconds, it may feel uncomfortable, as if you had shrunk in size. Then you may sense an inner spaciousness that feels intensely alive. You haven't been diminished at all. In fact, you have expanded. You may then come to an amazing realization when you are seemingly diminished in some way and remain in absolute non-reaction, not just externally, but also internally. you realize that nothing real has been diminished, that through becoming less, you became more. Isn't that beautiful? It's so powerful. But it's such a great teaching for us to say, when somebody is speaking to us, rather than retaliating with blame and being pulled into that, we have an opportunity to just be present with that pain, with that fear. And it always leads to a place of peace, always. If you're willing to accept the pain, if you're willing to accept and look at the fear, it will always lead to a place of peace. I'm going to read one other quote. I actually don't know who did this one. It said Buddhist teaching, one of the sites I follow on Facebook. Mental freedom is the ability to choose not to react. We are not what others say about us, nor what we momentarily feel. We are awareness that observes it all without becoming it. A free mind needs no revenge and no approval, only peace. I don't know if you guys were watching the Peace Monks, walking across the country. It was so beautiful, so inspirational, how truly they emulated peace. And you may know, if you were watching, you may know that one of the monks was hit by a car and literally had to have his leg amputated. And when they were interviewing him, you would not know that the man had any less legs than what he started with. I'm telling you. He recognized everything happens for a reason. It's all unfolding as it needs to. And he recognized that there's no reason to try to fight against it, because this is what life has presented. He had such a fantastic attitude. Truly an inspiration. And one could say, why would it happen to somebody that is living such a beautiful life? Maybe he accepted on some level to show us what peace truly is, what taking responsibility truly is. Because I know it impacted me. We each have the opportunity to live in that way. And I'm not saying it's always easy. Some days you might say, no, I can't do that. And if you do say that, then my invitation would be for you to be present with that thought and that pain, right? When you say, no, there's no way I can do that, just be present with that. Be present with that. And what you may find is that fear and that pain that's behind to say that I can't do that, it begins to dissipate and fall away. And you come back eventually to the point to say, I can do that. I'm gonna just leave you with this last little bit. My aunt, I used to do energy healing work on her a long time ago, and I knew she had been with this gentleman as a boyfriend for many, many years, and he was a really good guy. And I said, I asked her about him, and she said, no, I'm never going to forgive him, never. And I said, okay, I kept working on her with her heart and opening her heart, practicing forgiveness for herself. And then there came a time where I said, let me ask you a question. Can you possibly forgive Eddie 20 years down the road? And she said, okay, 20 years down the road, I can do that. But you know what happened? She cracked the door open. There was a possibility for her to forgive him. And that possibility hadn't existed before. So she then began to open that door a lot quicker than the 20 years. It was just within a matter, I don't recall, weeks or no longer than months. And she forgave him. And it was such a beautiful experience. So I'm going to leave it there, and then we'll do something for the meditation, maybe to just do a little exercise. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So if everybody would like to just get themselves comfortable, and if you're okay with closing your eyes, and I'm going to invite you, thank you, Corey, I'm going to invite you into exercise that may feel a little uncomfortable at first. Please know I'm not trying to force anything on you. I'm just inviting you to participate with this, that's all. So, can you just think of somebody that pops in your head that you are blaming, that they're definitely wrong about something? Yes, that's the person, the first one that popped into your head. And just notice that. Can you just be with that thought? Just be with that feeling for a moment. Not trying to get rid of it. Not trying to avoid it. Not trying to fix or change the person, nor trying to fix or change yourself. You're just noticing it. Just noticing, I have a thought and I really feel right about this thing, and I feel that they're wrong about this thing. Just noticing. And can you just allow, just to let it sink in a little deeper? And again, it may bring up some pain, it may bring up some fear. I want to remind you, I'm not asking you to do anything that you don't want to do or you're not choosing to do. I'm just inviting you. But see in the feeling into that. If it doesn't just create a little space because you're not pushing it away, you're not fighting it. And I promise you that the more you allow that thought in, you allow that feeling in, you allow that experience in, it will continue to fall away more and more. Maybe not at the beginning, but it will continue to fall away more and more. I just would invite you even to give thanks. Give thanks to life. Give thanks to God that this experience, this lesson is here. And that might be too quick or too early for some of you, and that's perfectly fine. But some of you in here are ready to hear that. And I would also offer just being compassionate for your humanness. Sometimes these things feel difficult. And sometimes we don't feel that we quite have the courage we need to do what's needed. And it's okay. It's okay. we're not here to judge you. It's just opening doors, just even a little bit, to crack open that door of possibility. And now I'm just going to invite you just to let that go, just to give it back over to God, or if you have some kind of source that you would give that to. And if you don't, then just letting it go, giving it back to the universe. And just taking a deep breath in, and just in that letting go, just releasing it. You don't need to hold on to it, just releasing it, letting it go. And it may present itself another time. And I'm just inviting you to be open to it when it does. And so just bringing your awareness to your breath right now. Just noticing the breath. Noticing the breath is still happening even when we're going through our anxieties, our fears, our pain. Notice that the body is still taking wonderful care of us. These beautiful, beautiful bodies, just witnessing how they're always doing what's needed. Whether we're conscious or not, the body is always doing what's needed to take care of itself. And I'm going to just invite you just to take one last breath. Take it in and just releasing and let it go, just so you're not carrying anything forward. Namaste, my friends.
Thank you, Brett, so much. This is the time in our service that I like to invite us all to very consciously and intentionally fill our hearts, our whole selves up with gratitude and appreciation for all of the gifts and the blessings in our lives, and for the generosity of each of our fellowship members and all our friends that come to these services to help us keep these wonderful services going year after year, 43rd year. John and Nancy are going to pass the basket back and forth. Please remember to put in your prayer card if you have a prayer request. And Corey, please guide us in I am grateful.
Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful.
And now if you would please pull out your bulletins and we'll read together the blessing of our tithes and offerings. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. And let's just take another moment to go within. Close your eyes if that feels right, as we remember all those named in the basket today. Beings and conditions and situations that might be weighing heavy on our hearts. And let us all remember in this moment that there is always love, and love is the answer. So we extend our love. We encircle everyone on this planet in a loving, loving, loving circle of energy that they will feel and receive and open to. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Another wonderful song from Linda. Please give her a warm welcome.
This is another original, although the poem is from Rumi. It's my favorite angsty Rumi poem. All day long I think about it, and at night I say it. Where did I come from? What am I supposed to be doing? another tavern. When I get back to that place, I'll be completely sober. Meanwhile, I'm like a bird from another continent, hanging out in this aviary. The day's coming when I'll fly off, but who is it now in my ear? Who hears my voice? Who says these words from my mouth? Who looks out from my eyes? What is the soul? I can't stop asking. I can't stop asking. What is the soul? If I could taste one sip of an answer, I break out of this prison for drums. I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave that way. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. Take me home, take me home. I wanna go home. I am home. I am home.
Really beautiful service, and I want to thank again Corey. Let's give him a great thank you. And of course, Linda Abar for those two beautiful songs. Thank you so much. And a great message, Brett, for all of us to think about and carry with us as we catch ourselves. And thank you. And thank you all for being here, and for those watching too. I have a few announcements. As you probably have heard, if you weren't here last night, we had a fundraiser concert with about, I think, 14 different musicians and vocalists that came together, and it was such a beautiful community evening of togetherness. The planning of the concert started out to be a fellowship fundraiser. And I think Julie mentioned it to Leroy Harvey, and he was just so excited. He probably just lit up, because that's the kind of thing he really, really loves, to bring people together with music. And then, as probably most of you are aware, his health declined again, and he wasn't able to be with us to play and perform during the concert. So we evolved the concert into honoring him, Leroy, and raising money for him and his family at this difficult time for them. And it was a lovely evening. It was wonderful. There were so many tributes to him and so much beautiful music. And everyone was so generous. At this point in time, we probably had between $1,400 and $1,500 that we raised, which is wonderful. And I just also want to let you know, if you weren't here last night and you're inspired to donate something toward that, to give to the family and to Leroy, on the snack table, there's a QR code for PayPal, and there's also a basket if you just want to give some money or a check or whatever. We're going to be trying to get this to them as quickly as possible this coming week. So please search your heart and see if there's inspiration there to add to that amount. Also, coming up always are wonderful healing movements. And I was just thinking about, as I was driving here today, how long Julie has been providing this healing movements class. And it's been enjoyed by so many people, and people have benefited from it. If you haven't tried it, I encourage you to do so. It's a beautiful, about an hour and 15 minutes of gentle yoga. And I know that many of you have been doing it for a long time, but please give it a try. And A Course in Miracles groups, Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 6:30 here in the building, and also the first Saturday of every month here in the building. The next meeting is June 6th at 2 p.m. Our Sue Quinn isn't here, but I'm going to announce a Waldemar walk on the first Sunday of June. That's June 7th at 12:30 p.m. in Waldemar Nature Center. Death Cafe for June is going to be Saturday the 20th at 2 p.m. And that's all for today, unless anyone else has... Oh, yes. Let's go. Why don't you go, Sarah?
So, I don't know if any of you know about Pumpstock, but
Yes.
it's a festival. Unfortunately, it's the same day as you guys are talking about something else. But 2 to 8, it's free. There are QR codes to make donations, but it's a free family event, and it's a great day. And we're at 2016. We've been going at it for 16 years.
What is the Pump Fest?
So it's different musicians. So one you might know is Springtails, but they bring in all different musicians, and it's just a day of fun.
It's like a music festival.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
a
here,
music.
right,
No.
in Old, where is it at?
It's at Bailey.
It's at Bailey.
Bailey Park.
Or Bailey.
And what is the date?
June 6th. I'm sorry, 2 to 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come join us. Yeah, go for it. Yes, pass it around.
And Brett.
I have a retreat that I'm going to be giving. It's in Bath, Michigan, which I understand, I think it's only about 20 minutes north of here, right? A friend of mine, Reverend John Love, who has given Mary the information on to possibly speak here. He's a very, very good guy. He has the Luna Retreat Center. Has anybody ever been out there before? No? In any case, it's a beautiful setting. He's really expanded his home, and he's right on the lake. But this is called Discovering the Peace Within. And I've got a flyer here that looks just like that. I've only got one because I ran out of ink yesterday, but I did get the one. So I'll put it out there, and if you want to snap a picture of it, you can. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So, as we prepare to get into our peace circle, I just want to remind everybody, we often just flow through these things that we do at our services, but just reminding everybody that we just want you to be comfortable, so just do whatever is comfortable. We're all holding hands, but if you'd rather just do a namaste or even sit it out, just do what's comfortable for you. There's absolutely no judgment. We're all here in this loving group together. So let's make our peace circle.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
There you go again.
I will get you.
I don't want to be
I
in
know.
there.
Yeah.
I'll come over. I don't want to be in the video.
It's okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family are we. with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.